let's do our mock. Scott said he wanted to do a mock. He's going to be kind of our leader here. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully this will work if I try to upload this to YouTube. I don't know how this is going to work. Scott, can you just kind of see my whole board
me and you are in the corner. I see it. We're good. Yeah, I see everything.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to enter the draft and let's see how this works. We'll do start draft because I'm assuming the Bengals aren't. We're not going to see any of that. So we'll kind of scroll for a second. Yeah, we'll scroll for a second. So let's see what we've got here. We've got the Chiefs trade a pick in this thing, or I don't know how the PFF one works. Maybe we shouldn't have used the PFF one. I don't know, but we'll start. No,
they have 29 and 30 in real life.
Really? Wow. Oh yeah, because they just traded for Tyreek. So never mind. I'm an idiot.
2 picks right before us. Yeah.
Wow, they have Sauce Gardner going 2. Interesting draft. Stingley going 3. Where do they have Thibodeau? Thibodeau goes all the way to 8. Interesting mock here. Kyle Hamilton falls all the way to 9. Garrett Wilson's the first receiver off the board. I definitely could see that. I'm trying to see anybody else that's interesting. Linderbaum going at 17. That's an interesting one.
Drake London to the Ravens. I don't think they go receiver, but
I don't think they do either, but that'd be interesting. Zion Johnson goes 21.
Steelers go Olave.
I don't really see them going receiver.
I think they're taking a QB personally.
I think they do as well. I think the Packers if they go defense again, I think Aaron Rodgers might off himself. Penning going 24. They do have 2 picks, you're right, but they go tackle on this one.
They still didn't take a receiver.
Yeah. Kenyon Green, a guy I've also seen mocked to us sometimes. But yeah, pretty much kind of weird one. So I think this is interesting. Scott, is there somebody here that you're looking at that you like?
So based on this, I would tell you, I think there's 3 guys I see that would be the possible maybe 4. I think Jackson Hill's a possibility, but I don't think it's super likely. So I think here they're between Kaiir Elam, the corner out of Florida.
Yeah.
Who I like. I think Kaiir Elam's good. I don't think he's going to be there at 31, just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't either. I've seen him mocked a lot earlier. He has like the prototypical, he's the big corner that you like. So I would like him too, but again, I really don't think he falls there.
Yeah, I don't think he's there. And then Arnold Ebiketie, I think I'm pronouncing it right, but
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, he's an edge out of Penn State, kind of raw. But I think he's a possibility just based on the Bengals if they're going BPA, because he's a guy that they might value like super highly. Like I don't know exactly where they view every player, but in this personally, my favorite who I think they go is Travis Jones, the D lineman out of UConn.
Okay.
Have you seen all the Logan Hall stuff?
I have not.
So he's a D lineman out of Houston. Other people were talking about it as a possibility for 31. They're both D tackles, and like he's rated kind of low on this actually.
Okay.
But yeah, like I prefer Travis Jones. Like he has moments where he just looks like he can be an absolute menace. Big guy, good runs, pretty good against the run game, and can get some good had 5 pressures versus Clemson playing as UConn.
Yeah.
Like he was the best player on the field for UConn when he was out there.
6'4", 325 too.
Yeah, good size. And like this has him in the 3rd round. Most people have him going late 1, early 2, like first 10, 15 pick 2.
Yeah.
So I personally, I like him. That's my number 1 who I want the Bengals to take.
Okay, then what we'll do is we will take him, and I will just kind of be here for commentary because I feel like Scott does know a little bit more. So we will take Travis Jones with our pick, and that was an interesting one because I don't think a lot of guys fell there that people actually thought would fall to the Bengals. I think that one was kind of interesting to give us a weird situation. We got Michi going to the Packers. That one looks pretty interesting. I'm trying to see the guys that I know. McBride going to the Packers. I know that's a guy that I've seen some people on Twitter talk about with the Bengals. I would like to see them kind of upgrade at the tight end position, but I don't think that's super likely. Ajabo goes 41. Do you think that's early or late for him? That's kind of a guy I'm interested in for the Bengals, honestly.
It's so hard to tell because
he is elite when he's on the field.
He has everything where like you look at him and he pops. You're like, I want this guy.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But an
he's
Achilles
also,
is rough.
the Achilles and it wasn't in season, so I mean, he's probably missing the majority of his, if not all of his rookie year.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a play where you can stash him, and I just don't think it's to the Bengals. I don't know where he goes. I can see him going in like the mid-20 range to like a Buffalo, or I can see him slipping out and being an early day 2 guy. Because there's also always going to be guys that you value that, you know, slip into day 2. Like, it's just how the draft works. There'll be a guy that shouldn't be there.
What do you think you're looking at here? What do you think? Corner?
So yeah, this is again strictly personal off like just how like I've watched people in my opinion on him. Yep. So Cam Taylor-Britt out of Nebraska, I love him. Like I like him more than Kyrie Elam and Andrew Booth, who are going round 1 probably before we get a pick. So okay. I'm hoping he's there at the end of 2. I think he will be, but I think it's people are high on him. I'm a big fan. Kind of if you go back and look at him, he's kind of a taller corner. He's definitely a bigger guy.
5'11". So
he plays
pretty on average.
He's not short, but he plays big. He's kind of a big hitter. Like he's a solid tackler. He's definitely a physical, but he's got good coverage skills. Like Nebraska Ohio State this year was like a pretty competitive game. Nebraska played close with everybody and just couldn't win. But like,
weren't they like a cover god this year?
Oh yeah, I made a couple bucks off them allegedly. But yeah, so I'm a big Taylor-Britt fan. Like I think he's
he be good. Your pick?
That's who I would pick in this situation. Yeah.
Then I think we're going to do the Scott Wolf draft here, and we're going to go Cam Taylor-Britt. I did see a mock draft that had us taking him in the second round, so seems pretty on par. At this point, I'm probably not going to go through and look too heavily at what other teams have taken. I did see that Pierce kid from Cincinnati goes to the Chargers. That's kind of interesting.
He might go a little higher than that. I think
he probably will too. So at this point, what do you think we're looking at here? I think you're probably looking at O-line if you're the Bengals, honestly.
I mean, in general, I think the overarching theme of this draft is just going to be BPA. Like, I don't think the Bengals view themselves as a team with a ton of holes, nor should they. So I think it's BPA. I think in the third, you're looking at either an O-lineman or a tackle. Again, unless someone you really like kind of slipped. Or a tight end.
Pays. Pretty interesting here.
Yeah, he's big. 6'5", 318.
Don't know anything about him. Best pass protectors along the interior offensive line in this class.
If we want to look through a couple positions, I know here you can like watch them off rankings for multiple. So I'd put on like tight end and tackle and interior.
There we go. Interior and tackle.
Yeah, so this will rank them all. So like,
I'm pretty sure I've heard people pretty high on Fortner as well.
Yeah, I'm a decent fan of his. Like I think he's solid and gives you another option at center.
And we talked about that before before we hopped into our call. I think they view Karras as a flexible guy. So I don't think they're dead set on him playing center. I think that's the beauty of him. Is maybe you are in love with Linderbaum. Maybe he falls 31. If he's there, you can take him, slide Karras right over, and then your starting 5 is pretty much set. So,
yeah. So the dream situation for me in round 3 would be either. So they both just got taken right before us, but like if you're looking at O-line here, I think Cole Strange out of Chattanooga and I think Donovan West out of Arizona State are both good interior guys. Who, again, could be there on a day 3 pick. It's the end of day 2. Because we got to remember, it's basically every pick the Bengals have, you almost got to consider it the next round.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, here is just I think you go BPA, and I think you take either the tackle out of Arizona State or the center out of Kentucky. I would lean towards the interior guy just because I think interior is more of a question mark than tackle for the Bengals. But again, that's kind of everyone's going to kind of have a different opinion on that one.
I would agree here. And so we're going to go with you and take Fortner. I've seen a lot of people talking highly of him. So we are going to take him. in our third round of our mock draft.
I didn't do it, but I also think there's a decent likelihood we trade out of round 1, which I'm okay with.
Really? I don't think we're going to trade out of round 1.
I don't think we will, but I'm not going to be surprised if it happens.
This how do you say his name? Keelan? I think it's Keelan. He's still falling.
He's still falling. So if you want to go that way, you can.
Let's assume he's not there.
Yeah, I'm like a guy I like here. It might be a slight reach, but and this pains me to say, but the kid out of Toledo, Tyson Anderson.
Nice.
Yeah, he's pretty nice.
And I think we talked about that. The Bengals were.
This is a guy that can have a special teams impact. Good athlete, good size, 6'2", 210.
And I think the Bengals are definitely going to be in on a safety at some point in this draft. Apparently, it came out that the Bengals were in until the end on Tyrell Edmonds, who used to play who is still with the Steelers, but apparently the Bengals were in on him till the bitter end. And Scott said that he thinks this is the writing on the wall for Jesse Bates, if I read correctly. And I don't think you're wrong. I do think that this is not great for the Jesse Bates. The safety is going to be a big position for the Bengals in the next few years.
And you know who his agent is too, right? Jesse Bates?
He's Joe Mixon's agent, isn't he?
He could be. I just know he's Deshaun Watson's agent. So
I
definitely think Jesse might be looking for a bag, because I think he's a player that definitely can command getting a bag, but I'm not sure we're the team that gives them that money. But yeah. Tyson Anderson, Ohio kid, he's from Toledo and then went to Toledo. So I like him. I think he's solid.
Had a hell of a game against BG.
Who didn't?
Wait, didn't BG beat a Power 5 team, didn't they?
Yeah, we beat Minnesota.
Exactly. See?
It was graded as the biggest upset in the last decade in college football.
Yeah, the spread is probably crazy. We're going to take him because I do think it's very likely. Bengals will go safety at some point in this draft. I can almost guarantee it. So I think round 4 is a great spot for that. We are going to take him, and we will take us into round 5. Almost done with our mock draft here. And what do you think is next position that would be likely in this situation, Scott?
If you want to look at tight ends for me, this is when I think you either go tight end here, or people have had him rising a ton. I love Curtis Brooks, D tackle UC. Think that's a real possibility. I prefer that in 6, but yeah, people like I'm a big fan of his. And then tight end, there are people that are big on Bellinger. I've seen in Bengals Twitter. He's kind of a pass catcher. And then you kind of just have other tight ends, like you take a flyer on. So Ferguson is Wisconsin. He's definitely what you think of as a tight end. He can block. He's really physical.
Big body guy.
Possession guy. So
had a crazy game against Army, apparently. I'm not sure what that says, but
I mean, Army wasn't terrible.
Also, do we have any Iowa tight ends? They've been pretty good recently.
And then the other one is out of Nevada. He's scroll down like a smidge.
Cole Turner.
People are big on him. I'm not
6'7". He's huge.
And he is a pass catcher only.
10 touchdowns. Wow.
He's not blocking for you. But again, that's why you have a Drew
at
Sample.
6'7"?
I mean,
he better be blocking from you at 6'7", 250.
But I wouldn't say he's a blocking tight end.
Interesting. So what do you think? What do you think's the move here?
I think they go tight end at 5, and they're hoping to get Curtis Brooks at 6. But if it's me here right now, I do really like Curtis Brooks.
So what do you think? Do you want Daniel Bellinger or do you want Curtis Brooks?
I'll take
you want to take the tight end and then take a flyer on Brooks maybe being there in 6th?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. We'll take the tight end.
Little risk.
Exactly. We'll take the tight end. I'm trying to see.
He probably gets walked right around here-ish.
Oh, yeah, I think I just saw him go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's Ford, I think.
No, right above him. Literally the pick right before Ford.
Oops. Ouch. Okay, so do you think that this is still a interior defensive line pick?
Nah, I think you take the guard out of North Carolina. I'm pretty sure he had a meeting with the Bengals actually.
Oh, okay, well then we will take him without much
But
discussion.
again, that's purely out of my brain. Don't take it with a grain of salt for sure.
I am taking it and running with it. We're going to take Joshua Eziduwu. I'm assuming, I don't know how to say it, but we're taking him. And we are finishing up our mock draft in the 7th. Wait, do we have 2 picks in the 7th? I think we do.
We have 2.
Damn.
So here, and again, I think they could have gone a wide receiver somewhere before that.
Definitely, probably. I think they take a receiver.
But, I mean, if we're asking me who I go here, my favorite guy that I saw on the board here is a safety. So if you want to go to
safety, I got you.
Which would be, I know we're taking 2, but I don't think Marquise Bell is going to be there in the 7th round. I think if he is, the Bengals take him. Okay. Florida A&M, so not, HBCU, not having a huge, like, it's not like he's an SEC player.
Yeah.
He definitely can pop. So he's definitely a guy I think they could take. Again, they have a Florida A&M connection with Ken Riley. So
let's go him, and then in the last, I want to look at wide receiver because I think this end of the draft is where you'd likely see him take a wide receiver. Probably a guy who's going to be mainly a special teamer if he's going to stick. I don't think it's likely. Punter. I don't think they're taking a punter. They flirt too highly with Chrisman. I think he is going to be the guy. Pouring out for our guy Kevin Huber, but I just think receivers kind of their move. They normally like to go.
Yeah, they're taking one at some point. They're taking a guy specifically that they. Oh, well, never mind. I was going to say they're looking for a returner type guy, but if Ty Fryfogel's there, I feel strongly that they will take
Ty Fryfogle.
Yeah,
that is going to be our pick then.
I'd be shocked if he was there in 7.
Really?
Solid receiver.
It says 178 is his ADP.
He's ranked PFS on something. Ranked 344.
Interesting. Well, let's not take him then since he's
the grade.
Okay, we'll take him. Why not? Let's just do it since it's ADP.
He's trying to be the 4th Migo.
Exactly. But let's see what our grade of our draft is. They loved our pick with the guard out of North Carolina. We got a B+ in our draft. Well, not too bad. They don't like our Luke Fortner pick, but everything else they thought was pretty good.
Yeah, like me personally, I'd be happy with this draft. I think they're gonna go defensive heavy.
I think they a lot of picks on offense. I think they likely will too. I think they probably take a receiver earlier than we did. I think that's the one thing looking at it back, but I think everything else, like I think the top 3 picks are probably going to be defensive line's one of them, corner's going to be one of them, and then O-line's going to be one of them. Yeah, and
it's hard to do mocks and stuff in this, which I'm not used to. I've never experienced.
This late.
This position, but
so many things could happen.
Everyone slips. Like every year, there's a guy that's not there, and there in the second. You're like, how did he get out of the first round?
Exactly.
I've seen a bunch of mock drafts with Nakobe Dean out of the first round, out of Georgia. Like he was their best defensive player, and they have like 5 guys going in the first round.
Exactly.
Not that I'm saying the Bengals would take him, because I think we're pretty solid at linebacker. But
yeah,
like who knows? The Bengals could do something that shocks everyone, just because of like a position you might not think we need. But if they really like the guy, like take him.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. But do we have any kind of last-second thing? I'm just kind of excited for it. I really have no expectations going into this draft. Like you said, we've never seen them pick this late. It's very uncharted territory. There's likely going to be guys that slip and fall. It's going to be weird having to stay up to like 11:30 to see their pick, but I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I like the draft in general. Like, I'm just kind of a nerd football fan. Like,
yeah.
The entire first round, I'll know every player that goes.
Normally, I'm a little bit higher in the draft.
It's fun that way.
Yeah. I normally pay a lot more attention when we're bad because I feel like it's just like you're going to get a better guy, so I think I'm a little more excited on him. Exactly. And just being good, and then I just don't. The Super Bowl loss definitely didn't make me want to look into the future that much. So, I'm just excited.
I have no basis on saying this, but jumping from when having it be your pick and going from 5 to 31 might be the highest of all time. Like,
I would be kind of
shocked.
Yeah, I would be shocked.
26 spots.
Yeah, that is pretty insane.
Like,
but
that's nuts.
Do you have anything we want to end off on?
Nah, I'm kind of open-minded about the draft. Again, when you're a team that just did what the Bengals did, you don't have a ton of holes. You can kind of just do whatever, do kind of whatever you want in the draft. Like, no, it used to be. Remember when we get like super upset with like draft picks because like you didn't want the guy or injury history or whatever. Like, I think also Duke Tobin and Zach Taylor and just the whole Bengals organizations earned the benefit of the doubt, like in the eyes of the fan.
Definitely.
Like, if they take a guy like I don't personally love, like they're smarter than me in general. Like, no matter what.
Yeah.
Just like they've earned the benefit of the doubt to just trust them. So, yeah, I mean, it'll always be exciting. It's like the start of like it's like, oh, football's almost kind of back. Like at least I'll have something new to think about with the Bengals. Like,
definitely.
So, and it comes at a good time with how awful the Reds have been. It's like we can just forget about that and focus on football for a week again.
It is definitely going to be a ton of fun. So make sure to keep up with us on Twitter. Make sure to follow us on Kings of Queen City, our Twitter, and then our individual Twitters. We're always down to talk Cincinnati sports, and we're going to be back with the more consistent uploads. It's definitely going to be probably shorter episodes from here on out. More baseball talk than usual just because Reds are the main thing of action. We'll have a recap of the draft. So just make sure to keep up with us. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you're watching there. And we will see you guys next time. Hoo day and go Reds.